All right, crew, we're going to go ahead and get started. What I need in your notebook is I need you to draw this shape because we are going to be determining the path, the perimeter of the path that this robot took. This is the path that it went. It made this shape. Pretty sure you're going to tell me what shape this is. Michael, what shape is that? How do you know that is a trapezoid? Uh-huh.
And it has one set of parallel lines.
Show me with your arms, where are the parallel lines on this shape? Top and bottom. We've only got one set. So this is the path that the robot took. It made this shape. We're going to look at the perimeter of this shape. What does the perimeter measure? What does the perimeter measure? If you don't know, you can look in your notebook. Sean, what does the perimeter measure?
The outside.
The outside of a shape. Can you do my close my door?
Inside.
All right, so let's look at these dimensions. Go ahead and add these dimensions to your shape. So our top length was 6 inches. Our two side lengths were both 4 inches. Jackson, we're in our notebook, not doing that. Our bottom length was 10 inches. If I want to know the total distance that this robot took, how would I do that? Harper, how would I do that?
You would add all the inches inside to that to get into
Even the ones on the inside?
no.
No. Only the outside path. So I might start in this corner and trace the bottom. There's my first part of my path. He went 10 inches. My robot kept going. He went up this side, so he went another 4 inches. Plus 4. He started going across the top. There's a plus 6. That's how long that line was. And then he went back down to the start. There's another 4 inches. This is going to be how I solve for the total around. From here, you can do it anyway. I see a 4 and a 6, which makes it 10. My new equation is going to be 10 plus 10 plus 4. I can pretty quickly solve that in my head. 10 plus 10 plus 4 is going to be what?
24.
24. What is our unit? 24 what?
Inches, square inches. Square.
No, not square. Is it, what are you using squares?
Just inches.
Just inches. 24 inches. So the perimeter of that shape is 24 inches. Put it away. I'm not asking again. Thanks. Alright, another robot took another path. This time, this robot took a rectangular path. Draw that path in your notebook. What would a rectangular path look like? What would a rectangular path look like? What would a rectangular path look like? Not a trick question. Think about those words. Will?
Rectangle.
A rectangle. So you should have a rectangle drawn. Here's my rectangle path. The length of the path was 6 feet, and the width was 3 feet. Go ahead and label my dimensions. 6 feet, 3 feet.
Can we do the bottom and the other side too?
You can. how do I figure out the perimeter of this shape? How will I figure out the perimeter? Shelby? Okay, why did you say add 2 6s and 2 3s? Uh-huh. Yeah, Shelby knows, okay, he's got to travel on both of my sides, and both of those were 3 feet quickly. We've got 3 feet plus another 3 feet. We know that the robot also had to do both the top and the bottom. So that was 6 feet plus another 6 feet. Just because I went slightly out of order is not going to change my total perimeter. I can add what I want to as long as I get all the dimensions in there. I might add 3 plus 3 to give me 6. Then I have 6 plus 6 plus 6. I'm going to use my multiplication knowledge of 3 times 6, 3 groups of 6, to get me to 18. What's my unit though? 18 what?
Square feet.
Is it square feet or is it just feet? It is just feet. I was not counting squares. I was just counting the outside distance, which is feet. So far, so good? Not so bad? All right, we'll do one more, I think. A third robot was programmed to take a hexagonal path. What's a hexagonal path? What shape is that? What shape is a hexagonal path? Tell me. A hexagon. Does anyone remember how many sides a hexagon has? 5 or 6? Anyone have a more specific guess? Am I close? Lincoln?
6.
It has 6 sides. I like to draw my hexagon by starting with my top and bottom first. Then I just draw 2 diagonals that meet on either side. And that way I know I have a hexagon. Is that the only way to draw a hexagon?
No.
No, it could be any different way as long as it has 6 sides. Just like we've seen quadrilaterals can be any different way as long as they have 4 sides. Each side was the same length, which was 7 feet. Draw and label the path to determine the perimeter. Go ahead and label and see if you can figure out the perimeter of this shape. When you've got it, give me a secret thumb. John, what do you label?
Huh?
What do you label?
I label the hexagon
Right.
with 7 sides. 6 sides, and then 7 on each. 7 feet for each side.
Very good. John labeled every single side with a 7. That is smart because he knows I gotta count every single side. I might as well label every single side. What equation did you write to solve for the perimeter? Glenn, what equation did you write?
So regular equation, but I did 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7.
How many 7s did you have in that equation?
6.
Why do you think you had 6 7s?
There were 6 sides, so I need 6 7s.
Oh,
And then I added every 2 7s even, so every 7's gonna have a friend, I guess.
okay.
And I made it 14.
Yep, love that.
Then I add 2 of the 14s together and I get 28.
So what Gwen is saying is she took all of her 7s and she made doubles. So now her equation says 14 plus 14.
22.
And then she did 14 plus 14, Gwen.
28.
28.
And then I did 28 plus 14.
35.
Which is 42.
42.
Yes. I was close.
Awesome. Looking at our 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7, does that look familiar to you?
Repeated addition.
Because that looks a little familiar to me.
Repeated addition. Repeated addition.
It is repeated addition. So could I write 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7
Yeah.
differently?
Yeah. 7 times 6.
Brayden, what do you think?
7 times 6.
Do I have 7 groups of 6?
Yep.
I have 7 groups of 6.
Oh. 6 times 7.
I have 6 groups of 7. If I wanted to think about it in a different way, though, Brayden, I know that the commutative property says I can rearrange this, and my product will not change. But this is 6 groups of 7. What was my unit? What was my unit? What was I counting in this problem? Figure 2 and this.
7.
Harper, what was I counting with? I was counting feet, so my unit is still 42 feet. Alright, we are going to continue with our robot racing that we started on Friday. You're not bringing that worksheet out right now. We're going to work on part 2. Part 2 looks like this. You've planned, or you've been planning, the path that you want your robot to take. Now we're going to make the actual robot. There are some rules for that. The parameters, or the rules, from the Robot Racing League are below. The head of your robot must be a hexagon. The perimeter has to be less than 25 inches. Perimeter, the outside space, has less than 25. Does that mean it could be 10?
Yeah.
Yes. Could it be 7?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could it be 26?
No.
No. Can it be 25?
Sure.
Sure, I'll give you that leeway. Will?
If the head was like that,
Uh-huh.
like it was on this phone, and it was connected to the body like that.
Yep.
That was the body. Would that part count as a perimeter?
All right, so what Will is asking me, he said, here's my head, and then I know my head's going to have to be obviously connected to a body.
How are we gonna make?
What is going to count as my perimeter? Let me show you, Will. Ready? Where is my...
Smell, that looks like a shirt. And
So I have this, 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 and this.
That counts.
It's the whole head. Even though the head is attached to a body, we're just counting the perimeter of the head, so keep it just as a normal shape. Does that make sense? Really great question. Lincoln?
We're gonna make it 2D or 3D.
We are making it 2D right now, so we are only drawing it on paper. We're not building it, I should say.
So are we gonna have to make it like in wheels or feet?
Nope. Alright, our arms. They must be rectangular. That means what shape?
Rectangle.
Rectangle. The area, not the perimeter, must be exactly 30.
Wow.
The body can be any shape, but the perimeter must be no less than 75. That means it needs to be big. That needs to be bigger than 75 inches.
Or 71.
Or 75 inches. Hang on.
The whole body has to be.
just the middle part. Okay? The legs must also be rectangular. The area of each leg must be exactly 40 inches. Each leg is 40 inches. The area is 40. To get us ready, we're going to do some circling to make sure that we're focusing on either area or perimeter. So I'm going to give you this paper in just a second. All right, first circle. I want you to circle that word head. Then I want you to circle perimeter. And draw a line from the word head to the word perimeter. That way you remember, okay, with the head, I'm really focused on what the perimeter is going to be. Put a box around arms. Arms are trickier.
What is that?
The second bullet. Then you're going to put a big rectangle around that second sentence that says each arm must be exactly 30 square inches. Area of each arm. That means we're counting the squares on the inside. Alright, the third bullet. Body. Circle the word body. Squiggle. Any shaped polygon. Could it be a triangle?
Yes.
Could it be a trapezoid?
Yes.
Sure. I could technically be a circle. I don't recommend a circle because it's going to be really hard to count the perimeter. Polygon's any shape as long as it is completely closed. There's no holes in it. Could it be a square?
Yeah.
Could it be a rectangle?
No.
Yeah. Any shape. No less than 75 inches. That means 75 or more.
That's a big.
It's going to be big.
That's a robot.
All right, legs. Put a box around legs. Box around legs. And then just like the arms, big rectangle around area of each leg must be exactly 40 square inches.
10 square inches.
I recommend you either start with the legs and go up, or you start with the head and go down. I don't recommend you jump around because you might find that your body won't fit together if you've drawn something one way or another. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you start from the head, what would be first, the body or the arms?
Probably the body, so that you have something for the arms to stick into or to touch. Okay. Will?
I'm doing it.
Yes. So Will asked a great question. He said, after I finished drawing everything and I followed the rules, can I color it and make designs? Yeah, for sure. Okay.